Hello everybody, welcome back. We are just at top of descent in the iFly 737 MAX. We're heading down to Princess Juliana Airport in St. Maarten. It's been a pretty good flight so far, I have to say. We did have a little bit of a autopilot kind of goof. There was an issue following the flight plan, but we're doing all right now. We're back on track and looking to make our first approach and landing in this airplane. It's a gorgeous airplane, very nice to behold. I mean, you can see you've got those kind of shark winglets. I have noticed a bit of a waggle in the turning when you're making turns in the autopilot, but the important thing to remember, this is not per se the release aircraft. This is a release candidate, so they may still be working on certain things with the plane, so I'm not going to start making any judgments on the quality of the aircraft at this point. One of the things that I'm going to do, let's check the progress page here. We're gonna have 4.8, so that's 1.1. We're gonna go what, 142.6. It's gonna be pretty quick. It looks like the landing here at flaps 30. Let's make sure everything's in shape here. All right, everything's looking good. We are on VATSIM. The aircraft is going to look really familiar to you compared to if you're somebody who's flown the PMDG 737. You know, the big difference is kind of the EFB and that sort of stuff. I haven't been able to get the maps to work, even though I have Navigraph. You know, that's, you know, it is what it is, but it does all the weight and balance. You can do the loading and everything in here. I mean, you're going to get videos with people that are going to show you how to do all that fun stuff. I'm just focusing on actually flying the airplane, see how we do as far as that goes. You can definitely see some little speed deviation here. Bring out some spoilers. Gotta slow down here a little bit. The other thing I want to do is get some weather. Princess Juliana. Weather at Princess Juliana right now. Take a look over here. There is, I think it's a Nevis. Beautiful view over there today. Weather at Princess Juliana is 1307. Temperature 332.28, which is close enough that it'll make me wonder if I couldn't already see out the window that there is no issue with weather out there. So altimeter is 1013. So that is good to go. And so we'll just see what we can get here. I think 3, 2, 1. Bring this in. Well, we're not bringing it quite yet. Really pretty smooth sailing thus far. The headwind and crosswind component here on the number 2. on the co-pilot side. So looking pretty good so far. So this will be my first time landing this airplane, which should be interesting. I never pick easy ones. Other thing I want to do, let's set some range rings here. We do not have, really can't set range rings. I mean, we sort of can. Let's go 25. Yeah, I'll just set that just so we have an approximate range to make our first radio call here on VATSIM. Let's take a real quick look, make sure there's nobody, make sure there's no ATC that we have to reach out to. There is not. St. Bart's there ahead of us. Don't mind me if I fidget a little bit in this plane, as I am a bit nervous coming in here. So final approach course is an RNAV approach. Don't have to tune any radios, which is good, I suppose. Let's see here. Pull this up. I can show you guys the approach here real quick. Alright, here we go. So RNAV approach, do not have to tune any radios. Final approach course 096. I got that. Both sides. Glide slope intercept is 1700 at Lessor. Up here and dial that in. Conditional decision height is 700 feet. That's going to take a while to dial in. Airport elevation is 14 feet. That's not going to take long to... first of all, we want the barometric altimeter. Not the radio. So there's 700 feet there. There's acceleration built into all of the turning knobs, which is different than the PMDG. There's a nice stutter right there. So if you hold down any of these knobs, it's gonna change the numbers really quickly. There's 700. All right, I missed approach. Climbing right turn to 4000 direct on bed and hold. The hold at on bed is going to be a teardrop. The outbound -30 is 110, and right hand turn around to come in for the approach there. Let's see here. Avaki inbound 095 at 2600, come down to 1700 at Lessor. Glide slope intercept 096, 3 degrees, constant descent, final approach. It's where the avionics of your aircraft is gonna basically generate a pretend glide slope for you. 3-degree glide slope in this case, 149. I'm gonna do about 800 feet a minute on the descent. Decision height's 1400, or 700 rather. Happy on the left hand side of the runway. Missed approach, climbing right turn 4000 direct on bed. And last thing I always like to do, take a look at the airport and make sure, get the speed brakes out here again. I don't want to get going too fast and be well beyond my airspeed. You're looking at hopefully this turnaround right here, and if not, we go all the way down around we come, we're going to be vacating on Charlie today. Not going to make Charlie on the first sweep. So we'll hopefully make it second time around. Saba off there in the distance. St. Eustatius will be over there in the Turbine Islander here pretty soon. I'm doing a stream right after this, right after I'm done with this flight. Alright. First radio call here. Juliana traffic. Caribbean 456. We're 25 miles to the south inbound, runway 10. Princess Juliana. Alright. So, I think we're looking pretty good. Be interesting to see how this airplane hand flies. It's adventurous. Gorgeous livery. It's an adventurous choice for a first landing, but hey, coming up on 10,000 feet. Come up here, we'll turn our landing lights on. Hopefully. And we'll set the seatbelt signs to on. There's Juliana there. A bit of a speed deviation here, but that's all right. You can see the green arc is coming in. It should meet the altitude restriction at Umana. And Ovaki is 26 and above. So I'm keeping an eye on vertical path here. Don't want to get too far off. Spot on it right now as it looks. See Maarten and Gwilla there in the distance. Performance has been pretty good. I had to reinstall my sim again. I was getting some weird crash to desktop on startup. Not helpful. So I basically just got everything set up again. I had to redo the frame gen mod. But everything's looking pretty good so far. We got put out the speed brakes here again. Nah. So Avaki is 10-mile final. From Umana now. feet standard altimeter. I'm going to dial this back now to our up speed. everything has an acceleration. All these buttons, which is a little bit, honestly, not ideal. I mean, some of them it's helpful, I suppose, but not really with doesn't really help with like precision dialing in precise numbers. Go first notch of flaps. Juliana traffic, Caribbean 456, turning at 10 mile right base, runway 10, Princess Juliana. Alright. We'll go flaps 5. Dial it back to 173. Oh, the traffic on final. Alright. Alright, speed brakes are armed. Yeah. Just making sure. Alright. Go gear down flaps 15. Boy, that plane slowed down really, really quickly. Once we hit, slowed down very, very quickly from, once we hit Umana there. Quite a bit more than I would have expected, actually. I mean, quite a bit quicker than I would have expected. Juliana traffic, Caribbean 456, 10 mile final, runway 10. That's Juliana. Glide path is captured. Alright, lessor is 5 miles, so we will go laps 30. No, not flaps 40. Flaps 30. Alright. Gear down 3 green, flaps 30, speed brakes are armed. Engine start is on continuous, landing lights are on. Alright, we're good to go. So, one thing I don't know about this plane. Juliana traffic, Caribbean 456, 5 mile final runway 10, it's Juliana. All right, plane. Stabilize.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
$500. 400.
Okay.
300. 200.
Feels pretty good.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ooh, that was a little. That was a little. That was a little tough there. All right, well. That was our first landing in the 737 MAX. That was a little bit tight, shall we say. A little bit brutal, I guess is the way to put it. But it feels nice hand flying. You know, it's just just a very, very stable feeling to it in the in that last portion there, the approach. So it has a similar feel to the 737, the PMDG. I feel this one is a bit more stable. I haven't adjusted the Juliana traffic, Caribbean 456, we're back taxiing runway 10, departing Charlie, Princess Juliana, or vacating Charlie, whatever. I feel like this one, you've got more yoke play that you can use to maneuver, whereas the PMDG, just a very, very slight movement on the yoke is going to give you a lot of it's very sensitive. It's much more sensitive, I feel like. Again, I didn't really I picked the non-precision approach, and a tough one at that. for my first landing in this plane, which probably wasn't the brightest idea. But, like I said, it felt pretty good. Juliana traffic, Caribbean 456 is clear, runway 10, Princess Juliana. Felt pretty good. Felt pretty good. I don't understand why there's a fuel truck there. That's not convenient. You know, this is my first flight. I'm gonna have to do a couple more flights with this plane to get to better understand just to better watch the avionics, make sure that there wasn't anything that I missed which caused the deviation earlier in the flight. And we'll see, but like I said, it feels nice. It's beautifully modeled, very nicely modeled. And I feel like the transition from the PMDG to this airplane was very, very easy. Alright, let's go there. We'll put on the parking brake. Let's go up top, release the human beings. We'll go here, here. APU generator, turn these off. Let's not blind our ground personnel. And turn those off. Come over here, let's get some ground services. System page. Ground support. Get electric. First of all, let's get some chocks here. Electric, pneumatic, air conditioning. Let's see what else we got here. We'll go the galley trucks. Just because. We'll do that. And one more. Let's get our safety cones around here. And we'll do all that. And now we've got ground power. We can switch over here. And we'll turn the APU off. Those off. And we'll turn these off. So, all things considered, first flight. Very much enjoyed it. Very much enjoyed it. It's a beautiful airplane. Very nicely modeled, like I said. Look at this. Got all our ground equipment out here. And let's see if we can get us some. Let's see if we can get us a jetway. Let's get us a jetway. All right. And let's check our parking. Parking is not bad. Parking is not bad. But I like this. This looks nice. It's a busy, busy environment for the aircraft, and it should be. Let's come over here. Now let's see if we can get, let's see if we can find doors. There, we want doors. Let's open the, we don't want to let the people out the overwing exits. That would not be good. Left aft entry, right aft service, cargo doors. All right. And we'll just check one thing right here. The left forward entry door is open. All right, so now we've got all our doors open. We got everything is being, oopsie. Probably should close that one. I thought that there was a rear door that I probably shouldn't have opened. Left aft entry. Let's close that one. Yeah, that was a good idea. I don't want anybody vacating the aircraft via that. So everything was really nice. Good flight. Plane is gorgeous. Feels nice. you know, for the first time out. So let's see what we get. But first initial thoughts here, definitely a thumbs up.